Good morning, Unity Village Chapel. Welcome to this sacred day. Welcome to your practice. Take a breath with me and just arrive. Here we are. We are Unity Village Chapel. I am Reverend Erin McCabe. We're here on grounds at Unity Village. And we're a part of a spiritual community that goes beyond walls. We have so many live streamers joining us from coast to coast. So to all of you live streaming, welcome. We're glad that you're here. And to everyone in-house, just give a little namaste, a little wave to your neighbors, a little love hug, and breathe into the power of this morning. We have a special guest, and we have incredible music here for you today. We're in the middle of our Soul Summer series, and we're then going to be kicking off our fall adventures in spirituality. So find out more information about that online. But we're glad that you're here. We welcome you for this divine appointment. We trust that today has something in store for you that you couldn't have planned if you tried to plan it yourself. That you wouldn't have known you needed, but it's here for you. So just breathe into that as a possibility. That something can shift this morning, something can be received in a way that makes today new. In Unity, we believe in one power and one presence, God, the good omnipotence. We see God as love, wisdom, and divine mind, and we honor all spiritual practices and the diversity of paths that lead to enlightenment and awakening. We believe that we're born blessed, and through meditation, affirmation, and prayer, we remember this truth. It is through the law of mind action that we create harmony and unity in our lives and in our world. So let's take that thought into prayer right now as we just move from the head to the heart, centering in on the love of spirit, centering in on the God of our experience, the God of our understanding. There is no place to go to get more God. All Godness is right here, right now, given and unfolding in this moment, through this moment, as this moment. Trust that you're born blessed and here to be a blessing. And so it is. Namaste. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you have not yet downloaded the Unity Village Chapel app, go ahead and download that at your app store. You will find out all things UVC there, a map of the grounds, past meditations, talks, activities, events, things like the Village Mic held over at the Fillmore Cafe once a month. There is so much to do here to get connected in the community. We are in the midst of our summer series, and I just want to thank every guest that has been here so far. We have an incredible, incredible experience this summer unfolding with many wise teachers. So it is a summer of mindfulness. So I welcome our guest speaker in the house this morning and our amazing music for this morning. So put a lot of love in your hands. Just greet them with your hearts open. Here we are, ready and willing to experience this moment in the pure presence of being. Amen? Amen. Amen.
Good morning. Can you hear me all right? Yeah. So it's so good to be here and be here once again. I've had the privilege of being here. This will be the third time this summer. So it's been lucky for me. And I've enjoyed being here, and each time it's even better. So I'll let Aisha speak, please.
Well, good morning, Unity Village Chapel, and special welcome to Robert Brummett, who always blesses us every time he's here.
All right, put your hands together.
So it's time to bring the kids forward, so come on up. Yeah, and we have May as a line leader. I don't know if she's ever done that job before. You're looking good, May. I like it. Can you have what? Yes. What I wanted to say is today we're going to be on the labyrinth at the end. So you will find your children if you go across, you cross where the tower is to the where we are, and then you go around. We can't go through. A lot of times we go through Fillmore Chapel to get to the labyrinth, but it is in use by some awesome people. And so we're going to go around, and then you'll see the big stone labyrinth, and that's where the kids will be. We're going to be discovering and learning about a new 12 power for the month of August. Yeah, and we got special silver fuzzies for this power. Silver fuzzies.
I want a silver fuzzy.
You want a silver? I've got it. Anyone wanting a silver fuzzy? You'll get it. You'll get it. All right. So congregation, you have a part. So together, can you bless our youth? Together?
You are born blessed.
And youth, we're going to say, we are born blessed.
We are born blessed.
And congregation, together?
You are here
To be a blessing.
Here to be a blessing.
We are here to be a blessing.
Yes.
Ooh, so good. And then if we can rub our hands together, generating that love. Reverend Erin was doing that earlier, and now we're just going to send it out to not only these kids here, all the kids in our program, all the kids throughout the world, sending all our love together. We love you.
We bless you.
And we appreciate you
Just the way you are. All right, guys, let's sing them out. You ready? All right, come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Don't you know?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Every single day.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Say bye, guys. Later, guys. All right, are you ready to sing? Are you ready? Are you ready to get up? You ready to move around? You ready to celebrate? We're gonna celebrate today. You celebrate? Let me hear you. Say yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Moomba.
Oh yeah. Joe's in rare form today, guys. All right, you ready? I know a word that'll make you feel good. It's
Come on.
gonna make you happy.
Everybody.
I know a word that can change your mind. Come on and join the party. Moomba, let's get together. Whoa, whoa, Moomba, let's have some fun. Yeah, Moomba, let's get together.
Hello? I'm definitely feeling lighter after that. Thank you, music team. Hi, happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Courtney, and for those of you that don't know me, you can usually find me at the welcome table or at Deep Dive after service. If you have not joined us at Deep Dive, we would love to invite you after service to go deeper into today's discussion. I think Robert Burmett's going to join us today.
Yeah, I will be.
You are invited to download the Unity Village Chapel app from your app store. Search for Unity Village Chapel and download. Open the app, tap the OOS tab at the bottom. There you can follow today's order of service, view announcements, and stay connected. You can also share your prayer requests on the prayer wall, where our ministers, prayer chaplains, and community hold sacred space with you. Please take a moment and mute your phone and anything else that might make noise. Let's now experience the daily word wisdom as a reflection for our shared practice. Today, August 2nd, 2026, our word is believe. I trust that my belief and my unbelief are enough. When Thomas says he can't believe in Jesus' resurrection unless he touches the wounds for himself, he is describing those moments when God's infinite, eternal good seems too hard to believe. Jesus' response is instructive. He doesn't criticize Thomas' doubt or demand blind faith. Instead, he offers exactly what Thomas needs, inviting him to touch the wounds and see for himself. Jesus meets him where he is, then invites him into a deeper way of believing, one that can trust in unseen blessings. The invitation is open to me too. Whether my belief is steady and confident, or I long for reassurance and signs of divine presence, I trust I am divinely supported and dearly loved. Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." John 20:29.
Shooting star, what is your hurry so fast, so fast? Are you burning or glowing, running to something and running away? Is this your reality? Every day you're a shooting star. Shooting star, what is your hurry? As for me, I'm gonna follow the sun. Oh, I'm gonna follow the rain. Bows come and they go, so I'm gonna follow the sun. Shooting star, what is your hurry so fast, so fast? Are you spinning or turning? Did you fall from heaven or fall out of grace? Somewhere there's a perfect place and space for you. Shooting star, what is your hurry? As for me, I'm gonna follow the sun. Oh, I'm gonna follow the rain. Both come and they go, so I'm gonna follow the storms and the pain and the obstacles and the strange monsters that your hurry? Shooting star, what is your hurry?
With those beautiful words, let's just turn within. Focusing awareness on the breath. Feeling each in-breath. Feeling each out-breath. This activity that gives life to the body thousands of times every day. Turning within doesn't mean we negate the world. It simply means we turn away from it for a moment. We turn away from the human world, the created world, the world of to-do lists, the world of going somewhere, the world of right and wrong, good and bad. Rumi says, out beyond right and wrong, there's a field. I'll meet you there. So we meet in this field beyond right and wrong, beyond all dualities, to the place of oneness. And in this place of oneness, there's nothing to do. There's simply to be. There's nothing to attain or achieve. There's only something to accept. In this precious moment, the only one in which we can live is this moment. In this precious moment, the truth is available to us. It's always there, but most of the time we're busy running away from it. And now, for a few minutes, we stop running. We turn within and just be. Be in that infinite peace, that infinite silence at the center of your being. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to create it. Just invite it and allow it to come forth. So now we rest in the silence for a few moments, just allowing what's here to be here, not struggling, but accepting, not striving, but allowing, not doing, just being. Being here. Being here now. Right now. Right here. In the silence. And so we don't have to leave this place. It's always here. As we come back to the world of sights and sounds, we know that within the center of all of it, in the midst of the rush and the turmoil, we can find that still point, that place deep within that is always there, that always knows. It is the Christ. It is the reality of who you are. And for this awareness, we give thanks again and again. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. Amen. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to be here. I always enjoy just feeling the energy of the consciousness that's been created here by you all on Sunday mornings and by so many people over the decades. This morning, I want to share with you something that I found extremely helpful in the evolution of my spiritual understanding. At first, it may sound a little bit theoretical or abstract, but it's extremely important, or at least it has been to me and to others, students I've shared this with over the years. It's a way of approaching a spiritual teaching. It's a way of understanding a spiritual teaching in a way that sheds a light on it, that illuminates it in a way that I find extremely helpful. That is the paradigm or the notion, if you will, of the two dimensions of spiritual teachings. Two dimensions. I call these dimensions simply horizontal and vertical. Horizontal means on the same level, right? Vertical means up or down. You remember algebra or geometry or whatever it is from school, you got the x-axis and the y-axis and all of that stuff. I used to teach that 60 years ago. I'd like to illustrate each of these teachings also with some of the teachings of Jesus, so that you may be able to understand some of the more enigmatic teachings that don't seem to be real clear, don't seem to make sense at times, you know. And what I found is that in the unity teachings, these are both present, both the horizontal and the vertical. The problem is it's not delineated as such, and so they get mixed up. And I have heard countless arguments, and we don't argue in unity, do we? We discuss, right? You know, discussions. Verbal meditations. They can be solved quite simply by recognizing this particular framework. But when we don't see it there, we can get very mixed up. So I'd like to illustrate some of these with the teachings of Jesus and talk a little bit more about this idea of the vertical and the horizontal. Ken Wilber, if you're familiar with any of his work, Ken calls the horizontal, he calls that translative, and the vertical transformative. But for me, horizontal and vertical is simpler to visualize. I want to point out that number one, neither one is inherently better than another. Neither one is superior to the other or inferior to the other. It just depends upon the needs of the individual. There are times when the horizontal teachings are exactly what we need. There's times when the vertical teachings are exactly what we need. So let's start out with the horizontal teachings. The intention of this type of teaching is to provide a personal empowerment, to create a sense of autonomy, empowerment, a sense of being in control of one's life, a sense of being more comfortable, making your life work better. Positive thinking, daily word, inspirational practices, prosperity, healing, making your life work better. It's great. Nobody can argue with that. But it's only one dimension of teachings. And unity ultimately did not begin simply with the Fillmores trying to feel better or be more comfortable. It began originally with a life and death situation. And it led to some very powerful teachings by the Fillmores and by others. But sometimes these teachings get diluted a little bit. Not diluted, but diluted, as in weakened a little bit as time goes on. The horizontal teachings make you want to inspire you. They want to lift you up. The daily word, very inspirational. The daily word is something that anyone, pretty much from any spiritual background, can look at and say, yeah, that's great, that's helpful. But there's some of us that will say, that's great, I love it, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So maybe it's enough for some people, but it's not enough for everybody. So there are those of us that want to go, as I call it, all the way home. We want to awaken to the Christ. Not just talk about it, not just believe in it, not just to feel good, but simply because that's why we're here. That's why we're here, that's what we are, as I believe it, as I teach it. We are here to awaken to the Christ. There are teachings that can do this. The horizontal teachings don't get in the way of awakening to the Christ, but that's not their primary purpose. See, the vertical teachings are the ones that want to go straight up. You know, if you want to get off the earth, you can run around the earth as fast as you want, and you're still on the surface of the earth. If you want to get off the earth, you need to go straight up, and you need to do it with some pretty powerful forces. So there are those that are metaphorically speaking, happy to live on earth, as it were. There are those of us that want to explore outer space, as it were, or inner space, maybe I should say. The vertical teachings include most of the mystical teachings from every tradition. And by the way, this horizontal and vertical applies not just to unity, but to virtually any spiritual tradition, any religion. Virtually every religion has its horizontal, and that's usually the religion of the numbers, the churches, the mosques, the temples. And then there's the practice, the spiritual practice. The vertical teachings want to take us to the place, to the experience that the founder of the movement had in the beginning. See, the vertical teachings in unity, I believe, are to take us to the place where Myrtle was when she had that awakening, when she heard, "You are a child of God, you do not inherit illness." You see, it's one thing to hear the words. It's something else to really be struck by those words. And I believe that Myrtle was struck by those words. She may have heard them many times before, but they really landed at that time. Yes, and that's the power of the vertical teachings. The vertical teachings are not devised to comfort the ego. In fact, as one teacher puts it, it's just one insult after another when you're on this, to the ego, when you're on the spiritual journey. Carl Jung said every awakening to the true nature is a defeat for the small self. And so the powerful teachings, the vertical teachings, can be a little bit frightening at first. And so it's not about pushing them onto anyone. It's not about saying anybody should do anything. It's simply saying for those of us that want to go beyond the base camp to the top of the mountain, so to speak, that's what the vertical is for. And again, I have no judgment, value judgment, whatever. One's no better than the others. Other, I should say. So let's take an example from the teachings of Jesus in the Gospels. Here's a teaching I imagine you've heard many times at memorial services. This is a classic horizontal teaching. It's designed to comfort, to heal. My peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives. I mean, those are beautiful words, right? We've heard them. And when we need them, I mean, it's like salve on our soul. So the horizontal teachings, the translational teachings, certainly have their place and their time. The other hand, here's an example of a vertical teaching. And this may be the first time you've heard this particular teaching given from the pulpit. Matthew chapter 10, verse 35. The words of Jesus, he says, "Do not think that I have come to bring peace on earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. I have come to set a man against his father and a daughter against her mother. And a person's enemies will be those of his own household." That's not a feel-good teaching, is it? So it's a teaching that sounds rather weird. It sounds almost like Jesus is a cult leader. And when the deeper teachings, the vertical teachings are heard by those that don't understand the deeper meaning, they can easily be misunderstood. And that is why for centuries, perhaps for millennia, these teachings have typically been hidden. In the Middle Ages, they were hidden. In the underground schools, if you will. The Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, the Gnostics at one time, so forth. And in Christianity, we see that there's the religion of the people that go to church, good people. They need it. Church is good for them. That's great. But there are those that's going to church on Sunday is not enough. They need to experience the reality of what they hear. And that's what Charles Fillmore was looking for in the metaphysical interpretation, was that hopefully he thought that people could hear the horizontal teaching and interpret it vertically. So that's what the metaphysical interpretation is, or is designed to. And it worked to a degree. The vertical teachings need to be interpreted. And that's why sometimes they're not spoken to those that are not quite ready to hear it. The teaching that I just read to you from Jesus, Matthew 10, I have come to bring a sword. I would not share that at a Christian breakfast or an interfaith meeting. I share it with you because I believe that you, for the most part, are ready. Because I know Erin, and I know her. I've known her for a long time. I know what she teaches. I know where she's coming from. And I know that she's prepared you for these deeper teachings. So let's take a look at this teaching here about I've come to bring a sword. Because otherwise that can sound pretty brutal, can it? I've come to break up families. I've come to bring a sword. I've come to tear things apart. To understand this teaching, we have to get out of the literal aspect of it and to interpret it metaphysically. To interpret metaphysically means that everything, everyone in the teaching is a part of your own self, your own consciousness. So Jesus is not talking about going home and starting a fight with your parents or your spouse. That's absolutely not what I'm advocating, and it's not what he was advocating. But he's talking about what this all represents any more than he did not walk around with a sword, but the sword he's talking about is the sword of wisdom, discernment, the sword that cuts truth, reality from delusion, from the truth from the untrue. He's talking about changes in consciousness, not just changes in behavior. The sword cuts through illusion and reveals reality. Every mystical teaching will tell you that the greatest obstacle to the realization of the divine is our identification with the ego, with the separate self. They may use different language, but that's really what it comes down to. All right? Given that, let's take a look at how does the ego develop? The ego develops by our interactions with our family of origin. The ego is constructed by our family of origin. Initially by our mother, as we get older by our father, our siblings, as we get older by our culture, our peer group, our subculture. The ego is constructed. It wasn't there before you were born. And I don't believe it will be there after the body dies. The ego is simply the clothing we've been taught to wear in this culture. Ram Dass used to call it our somebody training. You know, everybody has to be somebody. So this is your somebody. You know, you're a female somebody. You're a male somebody. You're a black somebody, a white somebody, a Christian somebody, a Jewish somebody, a American somebody, whatever you say. These are all the somebodies. Short, tall, big, little, whatever you say. All descriptions. But it's not the reality of who I am. It's simply the shell. So the sword in which we tear the family system apart is the sword that cuts the ego into the ego with understanding and realization that who we are is really an amalgam of what we received from our family and from our culture. And until that has been explored, examined, and perhaps changed if necessary, that stays with us. And most of the people on this planet think they're living their own lives, and they're not. They're simply living out the lives that was programmed into them by their families. And of course, a Russian family is going to program them differently than a Chinese family, than an American family, than this family, and so on and so forth, right? But when we think that's reality, that's when we get into trouble. We think that anybody that disagrees with us is wrong. So there's only one of us that's right. One out of, 9 billion people. It's always this one, right? And everybody else is wrong. So, the sword is that which cuts through the illusion of who we think we are. And in order to cut through that illusion, at some point we need to look at our internal functioning. What I've been taught by mom and dad, what I've been taught about what it means to be a male or a female, what I've been taught about who I should be, how I should live my life, et cetera, et cetera. So, to experience the Christ consciousness, we must be free from identification with the ego. I want to read to you from a writing by John Sanford. It's a book called The Kingdom Within, written several years ago. Sanford says, by instinct we are group animals. For hundreds of thousands of years we have existed through the group, and the individual has found their identity and their meaning by virtue of inclusion in the tribe, the clan, and the nation. I mean, we're really seeing that today, aren't we? But the kingdom of God calls us to go beyond this ancient herd instinct and to establish an individual consciousness. Individually, this will mean separating out of oneself from the collective psychology of the group. This tendency to submerge ourselves in the group is a principal source of remaining unconscious. We identify with the group when we identify with the ego, because the ego is simply the culture individualized in each one of us. And we are unconsciously loyal to that inner family until we investigate it, explore it, examine it, see if it's really true. Continuing with Sanford, separating ourselves from group identification is a painful process, for as long as we remain submerged in the group, we find a certain security. When the unconscious identification gives way, as it must under the impact of the kingdom of God, the illusory peace is shattered. That's the storm, the sword rather. Separating ourselves from group identification is a painful process. But it's a pain that heals. It's a pain that frees. See, there's two kinds of pain. There's a pain that keeps on giving. It can go on forever. And then there's a kind of pain that heals. You see. If you have a toothache, you go to the dentist. The dentist probably will give you more pain than you had before you went in, right? Yeah. But it's the kind of pain that heals. The pain that you have in the tooth before you go into the dentist could go on forever if you did not go in to see the dentist, you say. And so we have those same kinds of pain and suffering necessary as being part of human beings, but also that pain and suffering we create through our own ignorance. So once again, I want to be real clear, this is not about deliberately creating conflict with anyone in our family. In fact, just the opposite. However, as you probably know, anytime our consciousness changes, our life is going to change. And so anytime we change, our relationships are going to be affected in some way. I should say disinfected in some way. I have found that in the process of traveling the journey over the last 50 years for me that the work has been extremely difficult at the beginning. But in the long run, it's been enormously well worth it. That the relationships I have are so much richer with my family than they ever were before. But that had to come about after a divorce, after going through family therapy, after a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer, a lot of inner work. The relationship I have with my family now, I wouldn't trade for anything. And there's not many folks that can say that, so I feel very grateful, but it didn't just come as a gift. It was partially earned. So that's what happens, you see, with the teachings. And so it's important that when we study a teaching, what is the intention of this teaching? Is the teaching to give us comfort and to make us feel good? That's great if it is. It's perfectly okay. And is it there to wake us up? Recognize that. That's a very different kind of teaching. With ministers, there's an old saying that our job is twofold. To, number one, comfort the afflicted. That's a horizontal teaching. But it's also to afflict the comfortable. And that's a vertical teaching, you see. And one of my colleagues says that when I first got into ministry, I was uncomfortable and my congregation was quite at ease whenever I'd stand up. But I was the one that was nervous. He says, now when I stand up, they're the ones that's nervous. I'm comfortable. Yes, and so that's the way I think it should be. I'm not talking about torturing ourselves or hurting one another, but I'm talking about when we're unconsciously embedded in illusion, the sort of truth can be somewhat of an insult at times, feel like it. But it's not a personal insult, it's an insult that wakens us up. It's that alarm clock that says it's time to get up, time to graduate. I think the situation in our world today is really pushing us into this in a big way just to survive. So I think I'll stop talking and thank you for listening. And once again, I appreciate your being open to this type of teaching. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, one more time. I want to dare you today. I want to dare you to take those teachings and take that deeper understanding, and I want you to dare to be who you really are, not who you show to the world, not the face we put on to say, hey, how's it going? I want you to dare to be. One time down this road, always learning as I go, but you can't look backwards and get ahead. It's time to lead and not be led. Goodbye limitation, hello liberation. Goodbye frustration, hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind, learning to color outside the lines. Dare to be, dare to be, dare unconventional. Uniformity is getting old. Time for gutsy, time for bold, time for me to break the mold, to find out how far I can go. Goodbye limitation, hello liberation. Goodbye frustration, hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind, learning to color outside the lines. Oh, oh, yeah. Dare to be, 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 dare to be one of a kind. Take it, boys. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. You ready? All right. Goodbye limitation. Hello liberation. Goodbye frustration. Hello to living my life by my design. Breaking these chains that bind my mind. Learning to color outside the lines. Oh, dare to be, 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 dare to be you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much to our UVC band, Joe Cartwright, Todd Gillette, Steve Ragazzi, Nikki Williams, and Jessica Dolan. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us today. And a very special thank you to Reverend Robert Brummett
Yes.
for giving us a window into the horizontal and vertical teachings and into the meaning of bringing the sword through our identification of ego. I'm really looking forward to going deeper in discussion with you here shortly, a deep dive. Registration is opening this week for our Adventures in Spirituality series, an 8-week journey with Mary O'Malley's book, What's in the Way is the Way. And we have Rev Erin here to share some of these special details with us.
Good morning, Unity Village Chapel. If you are here, it is a divine appointment. I want to let you know that we are in the midst of our Summer Soul series, and after that, we will be jumping into Adventures in Spirituality. This year, we have a fantastic book by Mary O'Malley. It's called What's in the Way is the Way. Breathe that in, try that on, and consider giving yourself the gift for this fall series, all of September and October, giving yourself the gift of signing up with a small group to take your practice deeply, to bring it forward, to call it forth. It is a different experience reading a book by yourself. It is a different experience processing something by yourself or in a therapy appointment. It is a whole other experience to do that with a group of other beloveds that are on the path of awakening, that share their vulnerability, their authenticity, and their story. So together, collectively, we love, we heal, we reveal. So think about signing up for a small group. We have a lot of times for you to choose from. And for those of you that might be doing some fall traveling that you don't think you can make most of the sessions, you can join us for the deep dive after service every Sunday. You can do that either here in person at Unity Village Chapel, or you can do that online. So definitely reserve the next couple of months for yourself for the fall series. And think about who you might partner with in your life, in your family, in your world, to say, hey, you want to grab this book and go on this adventure with me, because these are interesting times. So let's look at what our purpose is here during these interesting times and how we can step into our spiritual purpose and our divine love and our sacred power. I hope to see you in the groups and in the series. We'll be doing the sermons on all the chapters. So every week, you'll get to see a different sermon on the topics, and we'll have a special Sunday with the Reverend Dr. Martha Creek. Blessings.
I affirm everything she just said, and from somebody who has led small group books and been a participant, there is a lot of magic that happens there. So I do encourage everyone to join us. This Thursday, August 6th, is the next Village Mic at the Fillmore Cafe from 6 to 9 p.m. Whether you want to share your talent, cheer on performances, or just enjoy good company, come hang out with us. It's a great time to connect with friends and to be entertained. Next Sunday, our guest speaker, Reverend Sonja Mathis, is offering a workshop following service, Rooting, Renewing, Connecting, a 90-minute chair mat yoga experience for body, mind, and spirit in 5 parts. You don't have to pre-register to attend. Let's hear from Rev Sonja.
Good afternoon. This is Reverend Sonja. I thought you may enjoy me doing this as I take a walk along the waters on a hot July afternoon. I'm looking forward to my upcoming talk on August 9th at Unity Village Chapel, to be followed by a 90-minute workshop where we're going to have a little yoga. I am a 200-hour level yoga instructor, so we do a little yoga, a little reflection, a little metaphysical breakdown. We're going to do a whole lot of little things that's going to make for a lot of great little goodness in each and every one of those. We're going to do some partner work too, because there's nothing that shows more where you are and who you are than working with and through others. So don't be afraid. Come forth. Come join us. A little history. I graduated from Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute in 2022, and I had to do 2 internships. One was at Unity of Houston, and the next one was right here at Unity Village Chapel. During that, under Reverend Erin McCabe. During that time, I was asked to do the new member class and to do Exploring Unity, which I have been doing since 2021 with the dynamic triad, Reverend Brenda Arrett and Dr. Judy Estes. We've been doing it since 2021, so that means we're a good team, and it's a good product that you are appreciating. Many of you probably know me from those classes. That's a part of the introduction to coming into UVC. So I would welcome you joining me on Sunday, or if possible, if you're local, for the workshop. I look forward to seeing everyone. I consider this a home. Some of you have allowed me to stay in your homes when I first graduated, and I need to come to UVC and needed a place to stay. So I look forward to hugging you, seeing you all, and revisiting what I consider one of my sacred homes. Namaste, and see you soon. Bye.
Full details and registration for all events mentioned are available on our website, the UVC app, and in the weekly e-newsletter. Today's chaplain is Kristen King Sparrow. She's up front. If she's offering prayer following service, if you would like those services. Deep Dive begins right after service, virtually on Zoom, hosted by our Zoom team. You can find the Zoom link on the Virtual Sanctuary tab or unityvillagechapel.org. And in person, facilitated by moi, and I believe Mary Kay's not here today. So it'll just be me and Reverend Robert Brummett, and we would love to have you to go deeper into today's discussion at the Fillmore Cafe after service. All are invited to join the conversation and deepen today's message. We now move into the practice of generosity. We give not because it's transactional, but because generosity is a spiritual act. Giving keeps the current of life moving. As we give, we participate in creating life, in sustaining this spiritual home and in practicing love together. Let's affirm together. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And so it is. As you leave, physical offerings may be placed in the baskets, and electronic giving is available at the welcome table. If you're visiting today and you have a heart for supporting our Sunday services here at Unity Village, you're invited to join 5 to Thrive with an ongoing gift of $5 weekly or monthly. And remember, you can always stay connected through our live stream. At the welcome table, you can also pick up a daily word, purchase music CDs, and if you love thought-provoking films, inspiring documentaries, and meaningful stories, there's a sign-up sheet to be added to our movie meetup list. You'll receive occasional texts or emails when there are group movie outings, conscious film selections, or pop-up movie nights. Now let's give our musicians one more round of appreciation as we stand and sing the peace song and recite the prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The
light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
and all is swell.
Now, don't be offended when I text you a link to the Sesame Street video that features the number 6, okay?
No, you know what happened? I took my eye away. You know those stops on.
Uh-huh.
I took my eye off one of them, and I thought I was on the second.
Right,
one.
right. It doesn't really make sense.
My bad.
No.
My bad.
It's all good. What I like
I could have written it as a 4-4 bar followed by a 2-4 bar,
Yeah,
or the other way around.
but it's still weird.
Yeah, it's so.
But I try not to think about those kind of things
No.
too hard.
No. Too much math. Oh. What I like is when that happens, and then it's like this. Okay, so what are the other guys going to do? We're going to stick to where we're at, or do we shift everything?
You know what I did? I was listening to you, and then I listened to her for her book.
Right. The singer wins every time.
Yeah. If you think about it, it sounded like, I don't know, playing cacophony.
Two beats that won the civilization.
Stevie, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you indeed, he certainly will.
Good job as always, Todd.
Well, thank you. These are fun songs.